Moving on to the country's political system. North Korea has a system that makes Iran look like Norway. Their entire political system revolves around a personality cult surrounding the Kim family. The reverence for the family is on tier with that of a religious cult, despite being an atheistic state. The only power source in the country comes from the military generals, who, as far as we can tell, are deeply interlocked with the Kim family. Speaking of generals, North Korea possesses one of the largest militaries in the world. As of 2025, it most likely has the fourth largest military. However, much of the equipment is outdated, and the soldiers are not as well trained as their enemies, and really not fed particularly well either. Much of their food supply comes from South Korea and the US, who give them food to shut up. And in the event of war, much of that food supply would probably disappear. Granted, North Korean soldiers would be pretty tough, given their harsh living standards, while the South Korean soldiers are used to playing video games, so I guess it evens it out. Their military is also heavily dependent on railways to transport military equipment, as it's more difficult for enemies to detect which trains contain missiles. The military also has hypersonic missiles, long-range cruise missiles, and intercontinental ballistic missiles. As crazy as it sounds, the possession of nuclear weapons is possibly the wisest action they ever partook in. Not under moral standards, but under the standards of self-preservation for the regime. Some details are up for debate, but North Korea is aware of the fate of nations that have given up their nuclear weapons programs to appease great powers. Libya gave up their nuclear weapons programs under Western pressure, only to be crushed by Western forces. Ukraine also got rid of their nuclear weapons to appease Russia, on the condition that Russia would respect their sovereignty. And to put all of this lightly, none of it worked. By sticking to their nukes, North Korea can preserve the Kim family by thwarting any attack by the US or its allies. If North Korea develops nukes that can target the mainland of the US, like say Seattle or Portland, then Americans are far less likely to defend South Korea or Japan under the event of an attack. This could wreak havoc on the US-Japan-South Korea alliance, as the US would not be able to aid those countries directly.